Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to our final show, Leicester City in the Community. I'm your host, Rukhsana Hussain, and with me I have two guests who I will be introducing shortly. But just to let you know, we do have our phone numbers. I do like you to contact us. Do you want to ring in? If you want to text or WhatsApp, then please do. So the number to call in is 0116 4822 086, and if you want to text or WhatsApp, then the number is 0774 8855 055. So we've got a competition, which is why I'm giving you the numbers so early. So what we'd like you to do is to text in, and I'm going to give you some details in a short while. So get yourselves comfortable, and also when you ring in today, I'll be asking you an additional question. So if you ring in, the question's going to be, are you standing or are you sitting? But I don't want you to answer it because I'm going to ask the guests to guess first, and then you're going to tell me. So please don't, when you ring and we answer and we speak, just tell me that I'm so-and-so and I'm standing, or I'm so-and-so and I'm sitting, because then it sort of defeats the object and we won't have as much fun, and we want to have some fun today. So yeah, please do let us know. But like I said, I will ask the guests first, and then we will guess whether you are sitting or standing. So the show today, Leicester City in the Community, is our final one for Ramadan, but hopefully not our final one at all. We hope to be returning back to Ramadan Radio after Ramadan, and hoping to do some more shows and tell you more about what we're doing and keep you updated with our shows. So we're going to be talking to Ali and Sarah, who I have in the studio with me today, and we're going to find out more about what they do and why they do what they do as well. So welcome to the show, Ali. I'd like you to introduce yourself, tell us about your role at Leicester City in the Community and how long you've been here.
Good morning, everyone. My name's Tripney. I'm Head of Community at Leicester City, which means that I've got an amazing job. My role is to lead and manage our charitable arm and our team. So it's my job to make sure that we're using our values-based approach that we've all agreed. It's my role to ensure that we're sort of financially stable and sustainable, making sure that all of our activity is safe and engaging, and most importantly, I guess, making sure that we're using the brand name LCFC to make a real sort of measurable difference in our communities. I've been at the club for 5.5 years now. And during that time, we've seen a lot of growth and a lot of increase in quality of our delivery, and we've also managed to diversify our staff team as well. So just 5-6 years ago, we had a team of 19. We're now at 62.
Wow.
We've got, someone new even starting today. And we've increased our sort of financial turnover from around about 800,000 to nearly 2 million. So all of that's been done sort of collaboratively and collectively and in consultation with our communities and our partners. And it's just a really exciting job to have with a really exciting backdrop of Premier League football.
Brilliant. Thank you very much. That was really good to know, and it's really nice, and hopefully the listeners have learned a little bit more about what you do. And as you said, you sort of take control of everything, and you have to look after everything, and you have to look after people like me and Sarah. And we know that you do a really good job. I'll say I know you do a really good job. I won't speak for Sarah. I'm sure she will tell us how wonderful you are as head of community. And we absolutely love working with you. And I won't say working for you, because it absolutely feels like a team, and it always feels like we just get stuck in together and we're always doing things together. And that's what I really, really love about Leicester City in the Community. So I'm going to come over to you now, Sarah. Please introduce yourself, tell us about your role and how long you've been with Leicester City in the Community.
Hi, so I'm Sarah Jones, and I'm Community Development Manager at Leicester City in the Community, and I've been lucky enough to work for the community for just over 6.5 years now. And my journey's been kind of from the very start as a casual coach for the community, working on some of our Kicks projects, and I've worked my way right the way through to become a contractor member of staff, to become a coordinator, and now I get the pleasure of managing you, Rukhsana. So it's like Ali said, it's a fantastic job, fantastic area to work in, and we work with some wonderful, wonderful partners as well.
Thank you for that. That's wonderful. And yeah, you have to manage me. So yeah, somebody had to do it, and I'm so glad it's you. But I hope you enjoy it as much as I do. But I absolutely love working with both of you. Before we go on and ask some more questions and find out a little bit more about you guys, so you can relax for a minute, what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about this competition. So as I said, we've given you the numbers. I'm going to give you the numbers again, but we have got this competition. So we did say in the last 3 shows, if you attended one of our sessions, you could have your name put in for the prize draw, but we're going to extend that today. And if you call in or you text in, then your name will still be put forward. You can also WhatsApp as well, and we'll put your name forward into the prize draw. And the winning prize is Leicester City branded football signed by the players from the men's first team. So really, really excited. We've got the ball in the studio. I was really excited to see it this morning, I'm not going to lie. So we have it here. So whoever wins, so we are going to announce the winner at the end of the show. So whoever wins, they're going to be able to come today and collect it from the studio. And hopefully we'll have a few pictures and we'll be able to share that as well, because it will be a real honour to offer that to somebody listening today. And I'm sure there'll be some people that we're wanting to text in or WhatsApp for a chance to win. So the numbers are, if you want to call in and you're feeling brave enough, because we are live, ring in 0116 4822 086. Or if you want to text or WhatsApp, then the number is 0774 8855 055. When you text or you WhatsApp, please leave your name, and also we want you to text in Leicester City in the community. So for a chance to be put into the prize draw, please text in Leicester City in the community. Right, so we're going to move on and start talking to Ali and Sarah again. But if anybody calls in, then we will take the calls. And if you text, then I will read out those texts and WhatsApps at the same time. So, Ali, you are the head of community at Leicester City in the community, as we've already said. But can you tell us, how is Leicester City in the community and the football club actually connected?
So our connection's really strong. We are an independent registered charity. And the reason for that is that it means that any funding that we secure, any income that we generate, any donations we receive are ring-fenced for good cause work in our local community. And that charitable status gives us independence, it gives us transparency. We have a board of trustees, just like any other charity. And although we have football club representation from the most senior level on that board, we also have an independent chair, who's Mike Kapoor, currently Lord Lieutenant of Leicestershire, and we have another 3 independent from the football club trustees too. So it ensures that there's that balance to our work, and that we're strategically supported and driven to really represent the communities within which we serve. So it's really important that we have that charitable status, ensuring that everything that we do is for charitable purposes. Then in terms of our football club, I would say arguably we've got the largest community space in a Premier League stadium in the country. We've got 24/7 access to that, bar match days, and it means that we can provide a space for not our staff to sort of learn and develop and work, but also for our participants to come and experience what it might be like to work and be based in a football stadium of the calibre of King Power. So we're really fortunate to have that space. We want our community members to experience the stadium, where possible a match, whether it be Leicester City women or watching our men's team, or to experience a stadium tour and just see, sort of demystify what happens behind those doors on a match day, really. And I guess our overarching role is to facilitate and be that conduit and that link between community and Premier League football. We're also given a huge in-kind contribution from our club, which starts with full use of the brand, and I think that's really important. So we utilise the brand in everything we do. We wear the brand, we promote the brand, and we, again, I use that word, demystify the brand and show how it can connect football to its communities, and not just through the playing of football. In fact, that's only a really small part of what we do, but through all the great engagement work that both yourself, Rukhsana, and Sarah are involved in. So as well as the brand, we have support with legal services, with HR, with payroll, a lot of goodwill. For example, the first team kit manager donated surplus kit to us on Friday, which will go straight out to some of our Football Welcomes participants, to our refugees and people seeking asylum. It'll also top up staff kit. So things like that, and those sorts of personal relationships that we've got and the support that we get is unbelievable, really.
That sounds really good, and I think it is really important, isn't it, to just share that again, is that it's not just about it being a football club, we're more than that, and with Leicester City in the community, we're able to offer the community more opportunities, and like you said, to watch a game. My first game that I saw was at Leicester, and it was really, really good, and I think that I never ever saw myself even going to a football game, so to go there and watch that, it was really, really good. And I think having seen that and experienced it and knowing what it was and all the fears that maybe I had around what it would be like and would I fit in, would it be something that I was part of, could I share that space, and having done that, then I was able to actually go out to the community and say, you know what, we can sit in those spaces, we can actually be part of this, and this is an opportunity open to us. So it's been amazing, and the uptake from community and people wanting to come look around the stadium and come to the games has been really, really good. So I'm really, really grateful for that opportunity. Even before I started working at the club, I was given that opportunity, and I think that that's what I love about Leicester City in the community is you don't have to work for them to have the opportunities. You get the opportunities for being part of the community, the Leicester community, so that's really, really wonderful. Thank you for that. So I have another question for you. I'm just going to remind the listeners as well that you can text in your questions as well for our guests, and you can also text in for the prize draw. So please do start texting in, WhatsApping, and if you're feeling brave enough, you can call in as well. And remember, I will be asking you a question, but I'll be asking the guests first, whether you are sitting or standing. And please do not, when you call in, stand up when you ring, and then when you decide to, when I ask you the question, you start sitting down. That's not fair. We don't want any of that. We want it as real as possible. So please don't do that. We're just trying to have a little bit of fun because it is a Monday morning, and we just want to be lively and have a really good week ahead. And if we can have a really good start today, then we know the week ahead hopefully will be just as good. So coming back to you, Ali, then I've got a question around your role. So what's the most enjoyable thing about your role?
The most enjoyable thing about my role is difficult to answer with one specific example, really. But if I had to narrow it down, I would say it's working with the team that we've got, and it's coming to work every day and looking forward to seeing people that you work with, knowing that you'll be supported by the people that you work with, knowing that you'll be inspired every day by the people that you work with, and knowing that you'll learn every day from the people that you work with. That for me is the ultimate.
Yeah, that's really good, isn't it? And I think that's what it is. Every day is a learning day. Every day we can learn new things, we can learn from each other, and we have to be open to that. And I think that definitely what we have as a team is that we will ask the questions if we don't know. We don't feel shy to say, you know what, actually I'm not sure about that, could you help me out with that? And if every work environment could be like that, I think we would be absolutely amazing. And I'm sure all of us have worked in other environments, but I definitely have, where it hasn't been as easy to ask a question if I haven't known something. Hasn't been easy to actually say, you know what, I'm not comfortable with this, I'm not really happy, and I've just ignored it or left it and gone home feeling really frustrated. But ever since I've started here, absolutely always feel like it doesn't matter who it is, at work, I can actually go and say, you know what, I'm not really sure about this, could you help me out? And there's always someone willing to help. And if they can't help, they'll find somebody who can help. And if we can make work environments like that, then everybody should be able to wake up in the morning and be happy to go to work. And that's what we should have. I mean, I'm not going to tell you how old I am.
You're younger than me.
Only a little bit. But I was going to say I've worked in a lot of other jobs, and it's the first time I actually wake up in the morning and go, I'm going to work. And I really love just getting up, getting the kit on, and knowing that I'm going to make a difference in my community, and knowing that the people around me that I'm working with come to work with the same work ethic that I have and really want to support each other. So I love that. So yeah, definitely, it's the place to be, is what I would say. Yeah. And one of our mottos, definitely, and we always talk about it in Active Women, is come as you are.
Absolutely.
And that's absolutely how I feel. Sarah, I've asked Ali the question around what she enjoys most about her role, but I'll come to you asking you the same question. What do you enjoy about your role?
See, the challenge with this question is Ali's already given the answer that I would have probably given, so I'm going to have to choose something else. And the second thing is probably the people that we work with. Because we talk about an inspiring team, how amazing they are and everything that they bring to the organisation, but actually the same we can say for our participants as well. I think each day that I come to work, and I'll talk about it in a little bit, across a range of different projects, different people, but actually the participants themselves really, really inspire me, and it inspires our next piece of work and our next piece of work, and they're the people that are going to take everything that we do kind of forward. You know, we're not going to be here doing the same thing forever and ever. Actually, it's the people in the community that are going to continue to make a difference. So yeah, for me, it's the participants.
Well, definitely. If we didn't have the participants, we'd have no jobs, would we? Because we wouldn't have anyone to serve. So absolutely, I think that's so important to remember. Why do we do what we do? And who do we do it for? And actually, we do it together. And we do serve the community, but actually the community serves us as well. And as I said, we would not have a role if we didn't have the community, the participants there that attend our sessions, that come to the community hub, that come to watch the games. All of those things, it has to be a joint effort, and actually it is something for all of us, and we need to do it together. So that's really good. So thank you for that, Sarah. So coming back to you then, Ali, just before I do though, we have got a few names, so people are texting in. This is exciting. Okay, so we've got a few names. So we've got Wasim Wadi, who's texted in. We've got Samaya Iqbal. We have Nilofa Ali, and we have Mohammed Shah. So far, so we've got 4 names going into the box right now, but you don't want to miss out. So if you want to enter, you need to be either texting in or WhatsApping in. And I hope that you're also WhatsApping with that, with your names, Leicester City in the community. I want that name to be texted in, but I want that name to be something that you remember all the time. So when you see me, you'll say, Rukhsana, I know you. You're from the radio and you work for Leicester City in the community. So regardless of whether I've got my kit on or I haven't got my kit on and I'm wearing my casual clothes, I still want you to be able to recognize me either from Ramadan Radio or from texting in today and entering into this prize draw. So thank you very much for those so far. So we have another text come in from Mohammed Makdar. Thank you very much. We're popping your name in this box as we speak. So kindly, Sarah has offered to do this. Sorry, she didn't offer. I lie. She didn't offer. I shouldn't lie. It's Ramadan. We're not allowed to lie. I shouldn't lie. I don't lie anyway. I shouldn't lie in Ramadan at all. Excuse me. So she didn't offer. I asked and she said yes. And this is what we're talking about when we talk about work ethic and we talk about working together. We ask people to do things. They say that they can. And if they can't, I'm sure that Sarah would have very nicely and kindly delegated to Ali. That's what we do. If we can't do something, we ask somebody else to do it for us. That's how it should be. We should never say no. We should always think of a solution and a way to be able to get something done. And actually, Sarah's doing it really well. Look, she's writing the names down, she's folding it up, and she's dropping them in the box. That's what I want. So getting somebody to do something how I want it done is even better. So I'm absolutely feeling amazing at the moment because it's being done how I want it done. So thank you, Sarah, for that. So we're going to give you the numbers again. I know you've got the number, but I'm going to give it to you again, just in case you've only just...
077485555.
You know that wasn't my voice, but I absolutely love that I didn't have to read the number. So can we have the number again, please, that they can text in?
Text in at 077485555.
Brilliant. I love that. I love that. I'm not sure why we waited till the last show, though, to use that button. But I like it that we're using it today because that's going to save some of my voice so that I can talk a little bit more to Sarah and Ali. So coming back to you, Ali, there's going to be people listening out there and they want to get involved, especially women, because I'm, really, really sort of trying to, hold the baton for women and get women involved. What advice would you give to them? So they might be listening, they might still be umming and ahhing, maybe thinking, you know what, I'm not really sure. Leicester City in the community, Leicester City Football Club, I don't know anything about football, that doesn't sound like it's for me. What advice would you give them?
My advice would be this: don't think about the football. We are obviously a football-based charity, but we do so much more. We use the brand to connect rather than to look for the next aspiring footballers for the future. So my advice would be think about Leicester City and the community rather than the football playing aspect of it. Think about our values, which are to engage, inspire, empower, And we do that through togetherness, respect and pride. And I think when you think about the values side of it and you want to be part of something, you might want to make a small change, you might want to meet new people, you might just want to do something different. If you think about it from that perspective, then we will definitely have something available for you. And I think, you know, I meet our participants every day, and I find out something new every day. And I think that, for example, we've got a young person with us on work experience at the moment, Terry, who's a participant in our programs. He came to us and he learnt to ski and snowboard. And it resulted in a trip to Italy where he could put those skills and that confidence and that resilience that he built up together to go on that trip and go somewhere for the first time, doing something new for the first time. And nothing that I've said there about Terry is related to football. So for me, if you want to try something new, meet new people, become more engaged in your local community and contribute yourself, then I think that better describes what you'll get from us. So don't be afraid to make that first step. Our staff are really friendly. They're a lot of them are from the local area. A lot of them have probably had thoughts that you're currently having about barriers to participation. So they will all know how you feel, and they would have been in your shoes at some point. And I hope that encourages you to get involved in our programmes.
Thank you for that. Yeah, absolutely. And I think when you were talking about Terry, you just described all of those values that we actually talk about all the time, but we actually embed in the work that we do. And Terry had engaged, you know, he felt inspired. And, you know, through the respect and that togetherness, he was able to then have the trip to Italy, but also to give back, to be here now on work experience. It's that giving back as well. So it's absolutely amazing to hear, and we wish him well with his journey with us.
Absolutely.
So I'm going to now come to Sarah. So, we have another text. We better not miss this name. So we have Ashfaq Kamal, and then we have Mohammed Lambat as well. Come on, ladies and girls, where are you? Look how many names we've got up there of the boys. We need the ladies. There's active women out there that I know, and there's active girls out there that I know. We really need you to be texting or WhatsApping in for a chance to win this signed ball. So we have a message as well, which I'm just going to read before I come to Sarah. So it says, "Hey Ali, Sarah, Rukhsana, love what you do. Thank you so very much for everything that you do. I support all of what you stand for and making this platform so accessible, safe and welcoming for all women." And that's from Aisha Acharya, Unstoppable. So, you know what? Aisha's one of our active women. And thank you very much, Aisha, for sending in that message, but absolutely for supporting what we do as well, and being the advocate for us. She goes out, she tells other women about what we do, she tells other women about her own journey and what she's been able to access and the opportunities that she's had with us, and she goes out and tells other women to come and join her. And she actually came to our community iftar on Friday and brought someone new along as well, because she wanted to introduce them to what we do and wants them to get involved as well for their own physical and mental health well-being. And I think that's absolutely amazing. And again, it's what Ali was just talking about. This is not about football. This is about us empowering each other, engaging with each other and connecting in a way that we can support each other and actually better ourselves and better others around us as well. So coming back to you, hopefully we're going to get a few names again shortly. But coming to you then, Sarah, so you're the Community Development Manager. And I know that you're involved in lots of different projects, but tell us about some of those projects you're involved in.
Yep, so on the community side of things, we cater for everyone from kind of tiny little babies and toddlers all the way up to our walking footballers. I think our oldest participant's 92 this year. So it's a real kind of cater for everyone and kind of try and make things accessible for everyone. So we've got our active women, which we've mentioned, football welcomes, our Project 15, which is our families project, Kicks, which is for our under 18s, and then we've got our Silver Foxes and our walking footballers are kind of your 55 and 65 plus. And the reason that we kind of have that available for everybody really is that whole sense of belonging that being part of the football club, being part of the brand can bring. So like Ali mentioned, it's not just about the football. So all of those projects, yes, they may lead to football at some point, but actually that isn't the centre of the project. It is kind of looking at what the community wants from us, want us to deliver and what we can do. And that really is from absolutely everybody. So, you know, if there's something that we're not doing that we could be doing, obviously just give us a shout, and if it's something we can do, then we'll give it a go.
Yeah, so I think everything that we've talked about today is about that, isn't it? It's bridging that gap. What is it the community needs? How can we offer that to the community? And absolutely, if there is something that isn't already being done or needs to be done, then come and have a conversation with us, come and meet with us, and we'll hopefully try and find a way of serving our community and making sure we can offer what is needed, because that's what it's all about. This is why we do the job that we do. This is why we work in community, is because we want to serve, we want to help, and we want to empower our communities. The only way to do it is to empower others, because otherwise we wouldn't be sustainable, we wouldn't be able to carry on. We aren't all going to be here forever, unfortunately, but there are generations after us that hopefully can continue the legacy of Leicester City in the community and really take those values and make them their own, and that's what we're here to do, and we want to be able to embed that into our community. So you talked about one of your projects, Football Welcomes. Can you tell us a little bit more about this?
Yeah, of course. So we run Football Welcomes in partnership with Amnesty International, and we're a pilot project. There's 5 clubs across the country around 3 years ago, and it's around kind of supporting refugees and people seeking asylum. Now, to me, it's a really important project, and we work with some real key partners on this one. So we've got After 18, Leicester City of Sanctuary, and now we've just started working with BACA out in the county. And as I mentioned before, that sense of belonging is a vital part of what we do. And football is a real universal kind of language, and it brings everybody together. And for young people, especially that are coming into our city, that may not know anybody, they may not feel particularly welcome, if we can involve them in something, if we can make them feel like they actually belong with us at Leicester City in the community, it not only kind of can support their mental well-being, but we've even had young people say they actually feel safer and more welcome in the city if they've got, for example, if they've got some Leicester City branding. And as Ali mentioned, that's an amazing partnership with the club, is that we can get kit and give it out to our participants. They actually feel physically safer walking around the city because they feel like they're welcome, they feel like they belong to Leicester City. So yeah, massively important project, working with some fantastic partners and participants.
Yeah, I think you've just touched on that again, and you did say it in your previous answer as well, around the sense of belonging and how often do we talk about this. But I want to come to Ali, and it's not a question that you knew I was going to ask you, but What does that feel like? What is a sense of belonging? What does it mean to you? When we say sense of belonging, what is it? Because I could describe it in my way. I'm sure you'll have your own way, and we'll ask Sarah as well. But we talk about this thing, which is a sense of belonging, but it's quite big, isn't it?
Yeah, it's huge, and it's something I've been thinking about for a while, because it will be central to our next strategy that we're going to launch in the next few months. For me, it starts with staff. So coming back to some of the things that you said about wanting to come to work in the morning, getting support and help, and feeling confident to ask any question, however big or small it may be, and whatever your role in the organisation, I feel like that too. Mm-hmm. So, as a leader, you still need that support, and you still need that input, and you still need that people around you that can do things that you can't do. So for me, sense of belonging starts with our staff team. If our staff team feel that they belong to and at Leicester City in the community, then they can start to prompt that feeling in our participants, which is what we want. So for me, what creates a sense of belonging is all of us, mm-hmm. and how we are with each other. Do we feel like we're part of something? Do we feel supported? Do we feel at home, I guess? Yeah. I think that's key, regardless mm-hmm. of where we may have grown up or what our different experiences and backgrounds might be. Do we feel at home when we're together, and do we feel that we can be ourselves, whatever that may be? So if we've got that, and it's not something you just get and then it's done, you have to work at that every single day, mm-hmm. and everyone has to do it. So everyone has to welcome new staff. Everyone has to look out for people that might be going through a difficult time at the moment. Everyone needs to show kindness. Everyone needs to not just think about their own role, but how they can support others to do theirs too. And I think we're moving in the right direction towards creating that within our staff team. And then the next stage is then to involve participants in that. And what we ideally want is them, it's a bit more complicated when you get to participants, because we want them to feel a sense of belonging to Leicester City and the community. But we also want them to forge a sense of belonging to the community within which they live as well, mm-hmm. and their contribution. And I think, again, we do that through welcoming anyone and everyone to our programmes. We do that through demonstrating our value of respect, and that's respect regardless, and it's no judgment, and that's taken into account, people's journeys, people's barriers, people's starting points. We're all different, and understanding that, that difference is to be celebrated helps you to create that sense of belonging as well.
Yeah.
So I'd say we're on the right path to creating a sense of belonging within our staff team. But like I said, our work with that will never be done. It's something we need to contribute to every single day. And then we're starting to show that sense of belonging within our participant base as well. And I would say specifically through our community hubs. So New Parks Community Hub in partnership with the Brilliant Team Hub, and really getting people, residents of New Parks, to feel a sense of belonging to their community, but facilitated and supported by Leicester City and the community, and then replicating that across other areas of our brilliant city, basically.
Brilliant, thank you. Yeah, so many powerful things in that, and I think everything was really, really important. But the one thing that you said that really stuck with me was feeling at home. We often get participants that will come to us and say, feels like a family.
Yeah.
It's the first time I felt like, these ladies that I do sport with, or these ladies that I meet with every week, I actually feel like they're my family. So they actually feel safer with us sometimes than they might feel maybe at home or in other parts in their community. So to have that, it's absolutely amazing to have those safe spaces that we're able to offer, not just to women, but to all participants that come. It's amazing. And I think that, if we can carry on, like you said, we need to carry on doing that, don't we? We can't stop. It doesn't just happen in a day or a week or a month, and we've done it and we've hit that and we've thought, we can do that. We've managed to create that. We're going to lose it if we stop. So we need to carry on.
Absolutely.
Thank you. I'm going to come to you then, Sarah. So I think the problem with when I ask the question is she's got the whole answer. So she doesn't really give room for anybody else to add much. But if you could find something to add to that, because that answer was amazing. But what does sense of belonging mean to you?
I think rather than kind of talk about sense of belonging, because I think Ali has described it really well, it's kind of look at it from my own personal journey. So I think Ali won't mind me saying that 6.5 years ago when I joined, I think it was before Ali's time as well, it probably didn't have that same culture at Leicester City in the community that it does now. And I think that a really big part of that culture and that growth and that positive mindset within the staff team is around kind of our grow your own strategy. So the aim is for kind of a really good chunk of our staff team to come from our participant base. And that's so important. And that's because we understand what it means to be part of Leicester City in the community. We're not a member of the team that may have come in from somewhere else. We actually know what it means to, come to a kick session. We might know what it means to come to an active women's session or anything that we might be getting involved with. We understand a little bit deeper than that and the impact that it actually has. And for me personally, starting as a casual coach, did I feel like I belonged to Leicester City in the community when I first started? Probably not. But actually, as time's gone on and that culture's grown, the values have become more embedded in what we do day in and day out, actually I feel at home coming to work. And sometimes it feels as much as home as it does at work.
That's really, really good. And I think that's what it was. That's what Ali touched on, wasn't it? It feels like home. It should feel like home. And we absolutely experience that every day. And yes, we have days when they're really difficult and we have a lot of work on and it gets really busy. All of us have that. But the thing is, that the people are around to support you. And I think that doesn't happen everywhere where you might work. So the fact that we've been able to create that, and it is a we. It is us. It isn't somebody. It's not one person from the bottom up or the one person from the top down, or it's not the people in the middle. It's everybody does it together. Right, I'm going to just read some of these names out, and we've got a message as well. So I'll read the message first, and then we'll go back to some of the names. So we've got a message. It says, "Hi ladies, it's Majeda. I can't believe it's the last show already. Issues with technology this morning, so can't join in, but just wanted to say how much I love you all and everything that you do for the community. Also to the wider community, please join Leicester City in the community. They will change your life. Their ethos isn't just a set of words on a piece of paper. Every part is put into action." There we go. I can read it now. So the ethos isn't just a set of words on a piece of paper. Every part is put into action by every member of staff that I have met. The calibre of staff and variety of programmes I'm going to come back to the message in a minute because we have a caller. It's a long message. Thank you, Majeda, for your message. I'm going to come back to it. Assalamu alaikum.
Hi. Hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. It's Kamala Patney
I was
here.
just going to say that's Kamla. I recognise that voice. How are you, Kamla?
I'm fine, thank you. It was great to talk to you last week, and you offered to ask me to come in. So I hope I can talk in a very succinct way.
Yeah.
But as you know, I get a bit excited about the work that we're doing with the communities. So I'd like to ask a question to both Sarah and Allison. Really exciting what you're doing, and so I'm the founder of an organization called Celebrate Our Similarities, and it was really great to hear all the things that you're saying about doing things differently and doing things and moving things forward, doing things that you're not doing, and so I'm trying to keep it very short. Is that recently I was connected by the Deputy Mayor, Councillor Clark, with an organisation called Football for Peace in London. You're probably aware of it anyway. And I wanted to connect with them, and I am starting to.
Yeah.
And I wanted to connect with the owner of LCFC as well, because I've developed an idea that I think is really unique to Leicester, with our majority BME population. The De Montfort University is the international hub for SDG 16, which is peace, justice and strong institutions. And then there's a peace ambassador that, I've seen develop now. He's just gone on to the Guinness Book of World Records just last week and various other things. And we're trying to connect all of that up. We're getting the leadership behind us. And I really wanted to connect with the owner of LCFC because, you've got experience of doing stuff on Victoria Park, which is something that I have a dream about, because it's called Peace Walk on Victoria Park.
Yeah.
And it all just fits so well. What scope is there for connecting with you? And secondly, very briefly, we're doing a walk by the canal this week. And it would be great if either of you or both of you can come for that walk. I know, Rukhsana, you're coming to the one in May, but, that's an offer.
Yeah, because we'll be celebrating Eid this week, so I couldn't make that one, unfortunately. Right. But yeah, I think all the things that you've said are really, really useful to know. I mean, I know about celebrating our similarities, and you did the mapping event at Wesley Hall recently, which was really, really good. What I'm going to do is I think I'm going to pass to Ali just to respond to you in the first instance, but because we've only got a little bit of time left for the show, what we'll do is we'll connect with you definitely. We'd love to have a conversation with you. We absolutely do think that collaboration could work. So yeah, I'm going to pass to Ali to respond to you, and then we'll definitely set up a meeting.
Good morning. Thanks for calling in. It's really good to hear from you. I've met with Councillor Clark as well around a football peace centre, and that's something that we're really keen to see in Leicester. And I also love the name of your organisation, your charity, Celebrating Similarities. Look, collaboration is everything that we do is rooted in collaboration, and you've mentioned a number of people and partners there that we're working with too. So as Rukhsana said, I think the next step is come in, have a conversation with us, and let's look at how we can move your ideas forward. There's definitely a lot of synergy. So thank you. Wonderful. Thank you so much. Thanks.
All right. Thank you very much for your call, Kamla, and I will be sharing some email addresses with you later today, and then we'll set up a connection and we'll have a chat. But thank you for calling in today. So I'm going to come back to our list then, just to make sure we've got all the names and I've read them out as well, and then we'll just finish off. We've only got just over 5 minutes of the show left, and we do want to draw for the prize as well. So I think we got to Mohammed Lambat when we did the names. So Aisha Acharya, Umar Wadi, Salma Sidat, Safia Kareem, Hamza Sheikh, Aisha Sidat, and Manzoor Shah. So we have had a few more names, and we've got some ladies and girls in there as well, which I'm really excited about. So thank you. Keep them coming in. You've got a couple of minutes left now to get your names in. Can we have the number, please? They can text in
at 07748550555.
I think next year I'm going to be that voiceover, and I'm going to do the number for the next year, Ramadan. Phone number, because that's brilliant, but I want to be doing it next year. So I'm putting it out there already. All you listeners, viewers, you just remember that next year, inshallah, it will be my voice that reads out that number. But thank you for those that have texted in. Leicester City in the community is what you're texting in. So please text in for your chance to go into this prize draw that Allison will be drawing shortly in the next few minutes. So before we finish, though, I wanted to just ask Sarah about tonight, because Sarah's going to be out tonight. I'm going to say it again, only because I know that Sarah has been out a few times in Ramadan for some community iftars. But tell us what's happening tonight, Sarah.
So tonight, as part of our Football Welcomes programme, we're going to be hosting an iftar in partnership with After 18. So After 18 are a fantastic Leicester charity that work with majority unaccompanied asylum-seeking children, so age 16 to 25-year-olds, do brilliant work. So we're partnering them to host an iftar tonight with a lot of the young people that come to that organisation. And I know that Ali's going to be joining us as well, and it's going to be a fantastic evening, and we're very much looking forward to it. Really important to do that for this group. A lot of them have kind of come over to our country on their own, so it's kind of bringing together, talking about that belonging and that kind of sense of family, of bringing everybody together. So really important night.
Yeah, lovely. Thank you. No, and I think a really important message in that, isn't it? That in our communities, there will be people that don't have family. There'll be people that live on their own, maybe did have family but don't anymore, or they've moved away or passed away. Let's think about those people as well that are around us, our neighbours. If they're on their own, could you just pop round to say hello? Could you pop round with a bit of dinner, some food, anything, whatever you're eating? It doesn't have to be you go out specially to make something. Just whatever you're making for yourself, could you pop that round to your neighbours if they live on their own? I know it's something I really, really try and do. I think to the point that my neighbours are probably really annoyed with me because I'm always knocking on the door with food. But I know there's lots of people who would love to come and live near me because they love my food. So actually, I'm hoping that my neighbours do enjoy it. But it is something that we should do. You know, our neighbours do have rights over us. We should be supporting our neighbours. And absolutely, they're the first people that are near us that will help us out if we need them. And therefore, we should support them. But the Football Welcomes project absolutely is what it's about. It's connecting with them, offering them a safe space and connecting with them so they do feel like they have a family here in Leicester, maybe because they've left all their loved ones behind. So thank you for that, Sarah. That's really good. So before we do the prize draw, because we've got a couple of minutes, I did have a question for both of you. It was the final question. And if we have time, so we'll keep it short, but we do want to answer it. So it was, please share the most memorable moment with the listeners and viewers since being in your roles. So it can be serious, it can be funny. I'm sure there's lots of both of those in the role, but could you both just share a moment with us, please? Your most memorable moment since being with Leicester City in the community.
You won't be surprised to hear that I found this question really difficult to narrow down. But I'm going to go with our last strategy launch, which was 2018. Seems like a long time ago now. And I remember we hosted a series of events to increase the awareness of what we were doing and how we were doing it. And we rebranded as Leicester City in the community. And there was a moment during the day when I just sort of stepped aside for a moment and I looked around the room and there were staff there were club staff there were participants, there was a range of people and everyone was smiling, everyone was facing in the right direction, everyone was excited. And I just heard one of our colleagues, Zara, speak on stage about her journey. And even though I'd heard it before, it was really moving. Wow. And I always say to staff, make me cry, but for all the right reasons. And that day sticks in my mind as a turning point for us to move us into the next phase of development. And I absolutely love that day.
Wow, thank you. That does sound really powerful, so thank you for sharing that. Sarah, coming to you then.
Similar type context, different times. So for me, it's the Active Women launch event. So it was May last year. And for me, that was kind of a culmination of everything that I'd kind of wanted, hoped for, around kind of community work and bringing people together. There were some amazing people there that day that spoke, that were involved, and to get to see so many women on St Matthew's Cruyff Court kicking a football round was absolutely brilliant. That, for me, that's what it's all about. That's the dream of everybody getting involved, getting stuck in and having a great day. So
brilliant. We want to see more of that. We want to hear some more of these memorable moments soon. So thank you very much, both of you, for joining me on the show today. It's been really, really good. We've had a couple of last few names that we're going to pop in the box, which is Safia Sidat and Samak Shah. So that's it now. If you haven't texted in, it's too late, because we're going to draw it in the next literally 10 seconds. So I just want to say thank you to the listeners for listening to our show over Ramadan for the last few, but we are going to draw the names. So I'm going to put this box in front of Ali, shake it a little bit. Oops, one's popped out. Let's pop it back in. And Ali's going to hopefully read the name out of the winner. Please come and collect the football from the radio station today.
And the winner of the signed Leicester